Perfect. Okay, guys, so as you all know, I've been running a series on my YouTube channel, and I'm doing this to help new streamers or streamers abroad that are having issues or just facing personal battles with their stream, with their channels, how they're going. And I just felt it would be a cool idea to bring the TheSAGeeks in. So, very warm welcome to the TheSAGeeks again. And you guys know I've done this with Murdoch, and I've done it with Blue Monkey Wazza, and it will continue going and going and going, so that we all can learn from different experiences from different streamers around the world, and just get the inputs and see what we can learn from one another to I would say improve on yourself, because you're going to be learning more about yourself as you go along as well. So without further ado, TheSAGeeks, first question for you guys that I've got is, it's a very generic question, so let's not harp on it too long, but how did you guys start your streaming career?
Anything I can do for you?
Quite generic.
It's a tough one, I know.
It's a very generic question, wow.
Unikez started it.
Yeah, actually,
Unikez.
it was Kez who started the channel.
Actually, it was me who started it, but also
Nice.
not.
Well, yeah, I suppose, in a way it was both of us, but
Yeah.
not both of us, but both of us, but not. Okay, so essentially what had happened was, it's a weird story. I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I thought for a while I'd been wanting to start a YouTube channel and just review games and whatnot, because I did that when I was working for one of the other, for another company. I'm
Okay.
not going to mention their name.
I was a big fan of Angry Joe at the time and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
kind of liked Angry Joe at the time.
Okay.
Suffice to say, not a huge fan right now, but or anymore.
But he wanted to do something similar to that.
Yeah, I wanted to
Okay.
be the South African version of, as it were. I realized that now, just listening to that entire conversation that I just had with her now,
Yes.
that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have even thought that. Video game journalists are becoming not great.
Anyway,
But the whole idea was I wanted to do that because I was a video game journalist at the time. But also I wanted to give honest feedback on games and honest opinions on games, things that I know that South Africans wanted to know about games. Like, for example, the shots that were taken at SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes.
How the companies were complaining about how bad it was. You know what? Like I would have said if I'd been reviewing. No, sorry. Get good, scrub. That's my kind of,
Yes.
look at the things, and that's what I wanted people to see when I did a channel.
so then
Then Kez decided.
Yeah, I went and went into the office at the time and was like, okay, what do you want to call yourself? And he said, I don't know, the TheSAGeek.
I like how you said that, Mark,
It's like, I don't know. Let's just use it. I mean, why not?
But it was without the S. So it was the TheSAGeeka. I was like, okay, and I went away and I made his Gmail account, I made the YouTube channel, came back and he said, okay, it's done. And then afterwards I was like, wait,
There's
Why don't I do
two of you.
I like games too.
Yeah, let's make it unique.
Well, that makes sense as to how the TheSAGeeks was created. So if none of you ever knew, that is how the TheSAGeeks were created. It used to be a geek, and now it's geeks.
Yeah, the whole thing was a damn joke.
All right, so now that we've got some background on you guys, which is really cool, I think some people might have learned something here. Going into the second question, I think we've kind of answered that already, but we'll ask anyways. What did you do in order to get your channel to where it is today? So keep in mind, Kez, with the questions you asked me earlier, keep in mind with all of the stuff that I've answered as well, just what did you guys have to do to get your channel to where it is today?
We had to be different. We had to. So what we realized. We realized early in the beginning is that you need to be part of the community and build the community up, because if you work in the community and you build them up, they'll build you up.
Okay.
So that was the one thing, and the grind is real. We've only been doing this for 3 years now,
Yeah.
scarily enough, and the grind is hard and it changes, so you need to kind of like change with it sometimes.
Yeah, it's amazing that you said. It's amazing that you said that, because a lot of the streamers, and you guys now included, I'm glad you said that. A lot of the streamers are people that have asked me questions, and I keep asking them as well. How long have you been streaming? And excuse me, I've got a throat bug today. Majority of the answers are, I've been streaming for 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, 2 years. So a lot of the people that are asking the questions are people that are reaching, what's the word I'm looking for, Kes? I don't know if the right word is reaching their prime, because prime, you never reach your prime on your channel.
No.
You continue growing. Yeah, so like I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people are like, I've been streaming for 3 years, fuck, I'm useless, I can't get anywhere, I can't do this, I can't. But like, that's the point. You got to grind through it. You got to push through it the whole time. Sorry, I interrupted you, Kez.
No, it's a very valid point. You have to do the grind, and like we going through a bad. Well, me mostly. I'm going through a hard time, but I'm not going to stop. We're going to carry on, and I'm going to push through it, and just realize, you know what? It was a bad day. It was a really, really bad day.
Yeah.
But the next day will be fine, and yeah.
There we go.
We all got.
That's
That happens on stream often.
I was just about to say, it looks like he's streaming because he's tired again.
Yeah, it is. It's true. I yawn a lot on stream,
but
only because we wake up at 10 to 6 every morning to get to work at 7 to.
Oh man!
This is every morning. We don't get breaks.
Don't worry.
Anyway.
I know that feeling very well. Don't worry.
It's got a point. So you land up getting home, doing your stream, feeling exhausted. You actually have to want to grind.
Yes.
And you've got to put on a facade sometimes, and sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And if you can't, don't bother streaming, because you'll look bad to your audience.
Yes.
You'll look like you're just phoning it in, basically. You don't really want to do that. You want to actually get the real feeling that you have for your people out there. So yeah, you be yourself, I'd say.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Is what you said. There's a lot of people don't realize. Sometimes you come home from work, or you come home from whatever you're doing. It could have been, like you said, that you're a game journalist and you've been working on several different things the whole day for 12 hours, and you're just exhausted, and now you want to stream, but you just feel like shit. You sit there and you're like, oh man, God, I could deal with a whole bottle of brandy or whatever. But what people don't realize is you need to put that mask on, and you need to say, okay, I need to stream. So it's not a fake presentation of yourself. It's just, hey, I've got to do this. I have to do it because it's what I want. It's what I want to achieve. All right. So what would you guys suggest to upcoming new streamers? I'm talking now people that have been streaming for 6 months, maybe to a year and a half, to do in order to get themselves up and running. So we've already mentioned the grind. We've already mentioned the facade that you've mentioned, Olds. So what would you guys recommend or suggest to upcoming new streamers to get themselves up and running, especially today, especially in the times we're facing today with the DMCA, with Twitch being as I want to say bitchy as they are.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
From my side, I would say on a PlayStation, on an Xbox, on a PC. Have an internet connection, have one of those platforms at least.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm just trying to do it. And do it. I mean, look, we're gamers, so our first objective is to actually own consoles to be able to play them on.
Yes.
Play games on. So essentially, play. Just do it. Your first objective. I mean, you don't have to have a camera in the beginning.
No.
We were lucky enough to have a camera in the beginning, but essentially, you don't have to have a camera when you start streaming. You can have just the game screen.
Yes.
Stream the game stream. But do it. Don't keep telling yourself that you want to do it. Just like either get out there and do it, or just don't bother.
Yeah.
You don't want it badly enough.
That's it.
I mean, Kez and I have been, as she said, we've been at this for 3 years already. It feels like a long time, but it also feels like a short time at the same time. So, it's like a mix between the two. One time it's like, oh, we're doing this for too long, and then at other points it's like, did it really go by that quickly? So it's going to feel like you're not doing anything. So to those new guys, what you need is the drive to be able to do it. That's the big thing. You've got to have that drive. If you don't have that drive, don't bother. Seriously. We don't need more people creating channels and wasting their time, because all they're going to do is they're going to make themselves
join and leave and join and leave and join and leave.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do is make yourself look bad and make your fans look bad, the ones that do actually want to follow you.
That's a valid point there. Sorry, and I'm going to cut you off there as you were saying that as well. A lot of people realize, and I don't know if you guys have been facing the same things, but a lot of people sit back, myself included, and they're like, oh man, what should I do? What should I change? What should I change here? What should I change here? And you guys know Godluck, right? The streamer Godluck. So he was one that really put a lot of effort into me as well when I started getting up and running fully with my channel. So Eon actually got my channel up and running for me. He was my very first mod. He was my very first command maker. He was literally the boss in my channel when I started my channel up. And Godluck came in the other day. It was about a month ago, and I had changed one thing, and Godluck had said to me, he said to me, "Why did you change that?" He said, "That is you. That is who you are. Why would you go and change that and take that away from your viewers?" Because the moment I changed that, my viewers realized, and they started questioning me. They're all like, "Oh my God, where did it go? Why did you change this? Why did you change? Why did it?" And it's a valid point. Don't change things because you think your viewers want to see a change. Only change it because you feel you need to make that update or improvements in your channel. And that's what I feel a lot of people haven't noticed, and I'm glad you emphasized on that point, Ziff, definitely.
Yeah. Also, look, you are gonna get some of the content creators coming out and giving you advice and whatnot. Don't shrug it off. That some of them have very good advice. We've actually just recently asked for advice from some of the guys as well.
Yes.
People watching that, so.
No. I went on like a mass advice asking thing this morning.
Yeah, so she was just asking for advice to see if there was anything that we needed to change on the channel. Look, as Kez said, the majority of them was positive feedback saying that we're great, we're doing a good job and all that, but we did actually
want constructive
stuff to come
criticism,
through, and some people came through with some very good criticisms that needed to actually be addressed. So to suffice it to say, we are going to take that advice, and we strongly suggest to any new streamers out there to do the same.
If you ever feel like you don't know what you're doing,
there is an entire community.
Yeah,
exactly.
Entire community out there to help you. And yes, there are dickheads out there that are going to help you, but not a lot of us are. Majority of us, you'll run into us at cons and at all these different festivals.
And it was
who's sitting in the chats? Yes, you'll run into us, not just us, obviously, as content creators, all of us.
Yes.
You may run into us at one of the cons, and you say, "Look, I've just started a channel. I don't know where to begin," and we will be over the moon trying to help you. We'll do our best to help you, because we like to see other people succeed.
Most of the creators out there.
Most of the creators do, yeah.
People succeed though, because no one channel is the same, and that's what you need to realize when going back to the question that with suggestions for upcoming streamers, whether you've been doing it for a day or 6 months or whatever,
Doesn't
need
matter.
to find that thing that makes you, that makes you
Yes.
special, and makes people want to go and watch you. Because if you're going to be another Blue Monkey Waza, people are going to say, why should I go watch you if I can just go watch the OG guy himself?
Exactly.
You need to bring that uniqueness to yourself. And another thing again is the grind. You need to keep going with the grind, and you need to stay motivated and just I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to skip past. No, that's fine.
Sorry. As you grow, and as you get more and more accomplished in your field, and you start seeing where you need to go, then you can start looking for your things that we got on our channel. Little
Oh, the overlays.
The overlays. That's the word.
Yes.
I could not figure it out. Unique can help you design your overlays. You can get these cool, fancy little mic stands that we just literally spent money on, and gaming chairs that we literally just spent money on because you're willing to actually put that money into your stream.
Yes.
Like if you have the money from the start, then great, do it. But don't just put all your money into it at the very beginning. Make it grow, make it start.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna have wasted money.
Yeah, also you then feel like you're achieving something.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you do it bit by bit by bit, not just going, oh, I have all this stuff, because you can have all the greatest stuff in the world.
And you can still be a shit streamer.
Yeah, you can have the greatest stuff. You can have a room specifically designed just for your streaming. But your content is still shit. No one's going to watch you. Then you literally wasted all that money.
I mean, look at what I've done. Yeah, I mean, I was so excited, and you can ask Murdoch in my chat how excited I was to get this green screen behind me up and running. And literally, all I've done is I've taken a big ass bed sheet that's very dark green, and I've pegged it to my to my curtain rail on the top left, and I've pegged it to one of my fan blades on my roof, and I've pegged a black sheet behind it to darken it behind. I've got my bedside lamp like clutched onto my burglar quads on my window to provide light from the right hand side. The left hand side is natural beauty sunlight. I'm like, it's literally, I had to change the setup and fiddle with the blue screen settings like 3 or 4 times throughout my stream just to keep my face there and the blue screen working, the green screen working, and it works. It's a struggle, but it works. So with going into that, the fourth question you guys have basically already answered with regards to the struggles that you guys faced. So to just kind of go into the last little portion is, how did you guys overcome these struggles? So, I mean, you've mentioned, for instance, you guys have managed to, over time, buy a mic stand, buy gaming chairs, buy a new camera, buy Kez a little new setup, headphones, which we've seen. Actually, very nice headsets, by the way, Kez. I've just been meaning to say that, I just keep forgetting. But how did you guys overcome these issues that you guys faced? So was it the help of other streamers? Did you guys sit down and do 7 years of research before you tried something out? How did you guys overcome these issues?
Well, the morale issue is easy because we've got the two of us.
Yeah.
So one thing that's actually quite fortunate is that we don't generally have bad days and bad times at exactly the same time. So like I'll have my bad days going, oh, is it worth it and all that, and Zip is fine, and vice versa. So there's always one of us to help each other out. If you aren't fortunate to have someone, then there's the community, because the community helps you as well. So that's how you overcome that. With the other stuff,
you're talking about mics and
moved to another country.
well, that's a problem. Yes.
Advice is bad. Yes. Okay. Most of the stuff, unfortunately, for most of the people out there, we only managed to get when we moved here, because we both got stable jobs that we can actually, put money away and actually buy this kind of stuff. And everything that we've added onto our streams is paid for by the TheSAGeeks. And the whole thing is, we don't do this. A lot of people think that you got to get into streaming because you got to make money. You'll make the millions like PewDiePie and all those guys. No, you won't get there. At least not quickly. It'll take years to be able to get to that kind of point. And what we did to overcome that part of that was just to
Save.
say, save, but also just me personally, to say to myself, you know what, do it because you love it. Because if you don't do it because you love it, you're gonna not overcome anything.
Yeah.
So every time we've had a down day, Kez will do that for me. And again, with the money, you gotta have your own money. You gotta be willing to put that money away
And not touch it. So
and not touch it like
Yes.
she did recently.
yeah.
That was worth it though. That was really worth it.
That came out of my birthday present came out of the TheSAGeeks fund. Some of my birthday present came out of the TheSAGeeks fund because we had to buy other stuff.
Yeah. But
afterwards.
that's your birthday stuff. That's for other things. But no, it's hard, especially in South Africa, because things are rather expensive there. But the only thing I can say is put money aside. Do not touch it, no matter how hard life gets. Like at the moment, because we can, we've got like 7 different saving pots that we can use, and we put a little bit put away every single week. But if you just put like 50 rand or 100 rand away and not touch it, you'll be able to then get a webcam or a microphone, and you don't have to cover the greatest stuff. We used the PlayStation camera.
Yeah, for the longest time.
For the longest time, we were using
Microphone.
the PlayStation camera. We used the headsets
Yeah,
or microphones. So before you go and spend, see what you can use for this
Yes.
and try and have the money to spend it. Like we had the shittiest setups,
Yeah.
and
Listen,
we still stream every day.
I'd just like to mention one thing. If you buy an Elgato, one of the older Elgatos, don't buy this piece of crap. It's a 4-pin. It doesn't work.
I believe so, yeah.
If you're trying to use your chat link, we've got 2 chat links that we want to split, but we can't do it because this piece of crap doesn't work.
Oh, Lord.
So we have a 7-pin S-video card or an S-video adapter. Thankfully, it's not expensive. So. But yeah, do your research.
that is a very valid point. Always do your research before you go into anything, or else you're going to run into a lot of problems. Let's just quickly see if there's anybody that had any questions. I don't think so. I just saw people talking about charging for advice in my channel here. So yes, guys, I will start charging you guys for my advice, and all fees will go to... No, I'm kidding. All right. Well, guys, those are just 4 or 5 questions that we've popped out to the TheSAGeeks. And just again, a very warm welcome. Mod Murdoch, if you can give them a shout out in my channel quickly, please. Just a very warm welcome, and a thank you again to you guys for the time you've given me. We've gone a bit over 15 minutes, but I think it's respectively... No, don't be. It's respectively done so, because a lot of these things are points that can actually be elaborated on for hours and hours and hours on end, and I'm just trying to make it a bit easier for new streamers, new Twitchers, mixers, anybody, well, not mixer anymore, but new streamers that come into the real world and want to start this. I'm just trying to make it a way for them to see and be like, hey, listen, that guy did it, he struggled, let's see what he went through and how he did it. So yeah, again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for giving me the time. I know it was a bit of an uphill battle to get the time, but I appreciate it, and hopefully be very keen on seeing you guys in season 2, where we come with another series of questions beyond this. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Whenever you need us.
Whenever you need us, dude, we're always available.
I will definitely pop you guys a message.
Oh,